Impending Doom by Agentbromsnor. Just a single boom map. Ultraviolence vanilla features, assets I should say, for the most part, with some, oh yeah, you see a few right away, with some textures from Community Chest 4. 149, 528. Don't know anything about this mapper. Oh. Oh, there's one of the secrets. 5 of them. Looks like it does something somewhere else. Yeah, here we kind of got an abrupt transition from this rock texture to this rocky, brickish texture. But other than that, I do like the appearance so far. Kind of a grand entrance here. Some different floorings here. Nice attention to the seams, at least on these squares. Maybe this could use another trim around this circle or something. Oh. Yeah, I mean, there's some solid detailing. Here's a mega armor hint. Ah, come out that way. Maybe we'll try to go get that. Nice barrel placement right there. You almost could predict the future there a little bit. Yeah, nice little trail here. I would probably lower this 1 or 2 units, maybe raise it, but it's, because of the nice seam here on the end, it's not that bad as it is, in fact. Alright, so it's not actually a secret. Just a free mega armor. I like the darkness on the trees. It's actually a pretty easy way to do that. All you have to do is make a sector right under the tree dark, and it's not going to show up in the sky. It's not going to show up anywhere else around it, but it will make the tree nice and dark. So that's a good little tip for newer mappers. So yeah, I like that. Completely optional area. There's another secret. So yeah, not too hard to find the secrets so far. But that's just a chain gun. I'm sure there will be more to come. It's not really a hint here. Maybe the pile of blood is kind of supposed to be the hint. This map was started, I think, 5 years ago. Yeah, I think that is actually the hint. It's just a pile of blood and guts, or whatever it's called. Which, more of an old school. Yeah, a lot of this is kind of old school charm. The completely optional area, the barrel action, the secrets indicated by things. Oh, this is kind of TNT style right here. The very long distance gunners. Alright, so that's the yellow key. Looks like I have to go this way. nice little detail with some of the floor tiles being busted up. You can see the ground underneath. That's nice mid-texturing here. However, this area is just way too big for the combat in it. It starts campy because you open this door and immediately there's gunners, but then once you get in here, it's just a couple of imps and a Hell Knight in a really, really big space here. I do like the grand appearance, but you know, I mean, you almost need a fairly epic set piece in here to make it worth it. It's not over detailed though. If I made this room, I might be tempted to put in a bunch of trim and stuff to break up this star green, but you really don't need that. You've got enough detail in the ceiling, you've got a nice floor, you've got pillars, you've got lighting here, so actually it works just fine as it is. There's a rocket launcher. This door looks like this door was already open. So this is probably a nukage floor, and then we get this door, so we get options here. So maybe grab the suit and come explore over here. Don't need it in here. Let's try that. Let's go ahead and save it here. What's his name? Agentbromsnor. Yeah, nice lighting coming out of there. So yeah, again, it's a super optional area. All you get out of this is the super shotgun, and I don't mind that at all. I think again, that's more kind of classic style Doom, but I like it. There we got more of the skylighting with that nice mid texturing. Looks like you can actually avoid the damage for the most part going around here. But yeah, the question is, which way do you have to go? And I don't know that. I'm gonna try this way because I think it might lead to the rocket launcher. So there's your free chain gun. These doors do not open. Elevator, maybe? Yeah, again, pretty nice detailing in the room without over-detailing it. Gotta say, some of the combat is a little underwhelming. In here, it was pretty much door combat and then a bunch of demons. And this is kind of odd, the sudden change of color. Some mild switch hunting, perhaps. Another thing that's kind of old school. That's a red door. This is a door that I would probably forget, so I gotta try to remember that that's where it is. So we've opened the doors now. At least this one. But yeah, very narrow door, and so the monsters can only come out one at a time. Not the most effective combat. I think that might be how I get my rocket launcher, so I would love to get it, but I'm not seeing it yet. So lots of doors, locked doors, and here we've got a switch, and I think that opened up that one door. This seems like it could be something. We'll have to come back later. So yeah, I guess this is all a dead end for now, until we come back with some keys. But yeah, it's easy to navigate even with the optional stuff. Oh, thought that would open for me. That was my only other lead, actually. That's not good. Alright, where's the yellow door? So I got the yellow key now. I don't remember the yellow door though. Is it way back here? It was way back here, okay. Oh. Don't want to get caught in those with a couple bands. Yeah, difficulty's kind of old school as well, as far as not a ton of challenge. A couple of barons in a lot of space, not gonna present much threat. So yeah, here we have again the door combat. Open a door, shoot the monsters, they all are immediately exposed. Chain gun. Oh, there's plasma, huh? Interesting. Yeah, so that switch, again, not really any idea what that's going to do. But yeah, again, you just open the door. Big room, monsters immediately come after you. Now we get an exit setting, and yeah, I like this. So we know what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to raise these pillars, and if I jump down early, it looks like I can still escape. Really don't need this arrow here. Obviously, that's the exit door, and we always know that we're going for the exit door. But yeah, it's a little bit switch hunty. I got a feeling that in the blue door I'm gonna hit a switch that'll lower this or something, and it might not be anywhere near it. That seems to be kind of the direction we're heading in here. So yeah, pretty major backtrack. First I had to go back to the yellow key, which wasn't that bad, but now coming all the way back to the blue, which is not even... there it is. Oh. Uh-oh. Is that all that's out here? Interesting. So the blue might be entirely optional, which is unfortunate because then I don't know where to go. Is there another blue door? Yeah, the map's a little bit confusing. I'm not gonna say it's the map's fault just yet, but I would like to see. Maybe there's a shootable switch somewhere. No. I would maybe like to see a little more clarity as far as what I'm doing here. Oh, this door's open now. See, yeah, that's the kind of stuff that there's no indication that that's what happened. Like, when did that open? I'm not even sure. Probably one of those switches in the other room. And there's my red key. Okay. Really big spaces. So yeah, a couple of secrets staring at me. This one apparently is a teleporter that you get to, which means it could be anywhere. Guess so you can kind of tell by the way the Hell Knights emerged so dramatically that this is supposed to be a tough fight. But I mean, you get a Berserk, so you can use that for health. You got plenty of plasma at this point, and it's just 2 Hell Knights and a Revenant, so they're gonna infight. It's really not a big deal. That all being said, though, the map's is as easy as it's been. It hasn't really been boring easy or grindy besides those 2 barons. So that's, I guess, something it has going for it. Here's that kind of sudden transition again. Alright, so that's going to lower my red key. At least that time you saw the red key before you went and hit that switch. It's still far away from what it activates, but you pretty much know what it does at least. So there's 2 secrets that I'm having trouble with, and it's the only 2 left, actually. The Soul Sphere, which, who knows where that is. The other 3 that I found have been fairly obvious, though. They've been walls that were out of place. Misaligned or mistextured, whatever. But this time, not seeing what we got here. No? Alright. That's okay. We will, we'll just carry on. And go to the red door. Which is, back through here. Yeah. And that's the other secret. That's just eluding me. Because these doors, that door opened. Running out of enemies, so might be time to use some plasma. I wanted to... See, why would you put the shells behind it if it's a one-way teleporter? Where am I? Oh. Oh. Well, that's pretty cool. So these up now? Yeah. Oh. Two of them. I think we're good to go. And we're done. Alright. Well, it's got a nice clean look to it. Some solid detailing with lighting, with skylights and some mid textures and stuff. Just classic CC4 tech-based stuff. Not over detailed, not under detailed. Overall layout is good enough. I think some of the rooms or hallways are just a little bit too big for the combat within them. This took me 21 minutes and was definitely a medium or better sized map overall. And yet there are only 140 something monsters in it. And sometimes the monster count is low if it's like a lot of mid tiers. Like you look at maybe the teen levels in Doom 2 or some Plutonia levels, and you think, wow, I can't believe the monster count is so low. Well, that's because it's all pain elementals and revenants. Like Suburbs is probably in the mid hundreds somewhere only. But it's a lot of mid tiers. This was not that. This was mostly fodder, really. I mean, a couple of demons, but a lot of imps and humans. And the scattered hell nobles. So to have that few high hit point monsters take 21 minutes and be only 140 of them, you know, it kind of tells you that the map is scarcely populated, and it you kind of feel that emptiness a little bit in some of the big rooms, big hallways and stuff, and the combat in general just not very engaging. However, again, it's not grindy. It's not like completely boring. It's just kind of It's not the kind of combat that makes you just want to skip past it because it's just boring and grindy, but it definitely doesn't really provide much of a challenge to most somewhat experienced Doom players. And then we gotta talk about the progression a little bit. It's not bad. It's mostly intuitive. There's a couple of spots where you hit a switch and you know that it was something far away because there's nothing nearby. So you kind of just go back and look in places you've been already. Not ideal, but not really the complete end of the world. And then the backtracking, there's a few spots where you kind of go all the way back across the map. And so that's not ideal either. Especially in a couple of those cases, there's nothing new that happens. There's no traps that spring or anything like that, which can always make backtracking a little bit more enjoyable. I do like the optional stuff. I mean, there's an optional mega armor. I think the whole blue key is optional, and it gives you a... Is that what gave me the plasma gun? I think that's what gave me the plasma gun. I think the super shotgun may have been optional, so there's a lot of optional stuff. That was cool. A couple of secrets that taunted me, the soul sphere and the rocket launcher. The rocket launcher pretty early, and I never ended up getting it. Plasma gun ended up being my high-powered weapon. But yeah, I like that stuff. I like, for the most part, the overall layout. It could maybe use one or two more connections to break up some of the backtracking. Yeah, I don't have a lot of familiarity with this mapper, but I think definitely capable of creating a serviceable layout. this combat may be suitable for Hey Not Too Rough, but I think we need to find ways to be more threatening, for at least for ultraviolence, and that most of these monsters weren't they're just so exposed. You open the door and you can see the entire package. You can see how the encounter will play out immediately. Nothing really surprises you, and you don't have to have a trap to surprise. You don't have to have a teleport trap or a door trigger trap to surprise a player or to have engaging combat. Sometimes it's more about the room layouts, the depth, the 3D space of a room, so height levels, turrets, and things like that. But this was, by and large, open the door and boom, you see everything that you're gonna get. What you see is what you get, and so it could use more maybe non-deaf monsters, maybe surprising nooks and crannies with extra sergeants or whatever, something. Alright, well that's that. 5-year-old Boom map, Impending Doom. We'll see if Agentbromsnor produces anything else.